Welcome guys, it's time, whoops, to play. We don't need a score now, so we can get rid of this, but what we need is a deck list. There we go. I'm playing a little bit constructed today. The list is a little bit different than the last Combo Druid list I played. I thought it would be better to a little bit streamline it, make it a little bit more common, get rid of one mind control tag and include some Shade of Naxxramas. Even though it seems like a little bit counterintuitive to play it in a ramp deck where you actually want to skip turn 3, but it's not consistently possible, so I don't need to try, I guess.
Nature will rise.
Also, having a big shade on the board is sometimes really nice. I think I played one game off stream where I had it on the board against the handlock for like 10 turns or something. Still double BGH though, because it's pretty useful. Not just having two, which is nice against decks like handlock and warrior and such, but also to draw more consistently into it. It's pretty important. So this matchup is kind of tricky. One innervate is good, going first is good too. So I have to think about my curve right now. So I kind of want to innervate out a 5-drop next turn. Problem with this is I don't have a turn 4, but I have a turn 5. I may be forced to like Wrath and Hero Power. This might work. I might also draw into a 4. For now, of course, it's just Hero Power. Speaking of Wrath and Hero Power, with this thing, so next turn he has 3 mana. If I coin out my Druid of the Claw, he probably can swipe it. Would need 2 damage. He could Wrath it for 4. He couldn't Hero Power it, which he wouldn't need to. So the Druid of the Claw dies to Wrath and this guy. If I just lay the Belcher, I leave this up with 1 HP. Which could be actually good, considering that I want to Wrath it. And it doesn't die to, like, that my next turn is probably going to be Wrath Hero Power, or maybe a swipe if he plays, I don't know. Could he play? Don't really have something in mind. So I guess Belcher is fine. Can't even keeper it. Oh, okay. Save me some flexibility for... Maybe I want to charge this. Probably not, but might be.
Naxxramas is ours.
Keeper was a likely outcome. So I guess it's Wrath Hero Power then. Yep. So for the next turn it's probably Druid of the Claw. And considering the fact that I actually run Ancients of War, it's like almost ever correct to taunt it up, because I don't want my Ancients of War to die to a Black Knight, if he runs any. I'm not sure what this means. Might have a swipe, but wants more... I don't know. Just wants to kill it next turn, probably.
Where shall I strike?
So now, speaking of Black Knights, oh, unfortunately not. I guess the right play is wipe here, power hit. This way I can get rid of this. And have this healthy still. Then I have 2 ancients coming up.
I wonder.
The only alternative that I see involves swipe again, but it's face. It's hit. That's ridiculous.
For the wild. I see.
It's not too bad. Goes down to 12 now. It's kind of concerning for him, I guess. The BGHs are probably kind of useless in this matchup. He might run Ragnar's Boom. Okay, so he clears the board. Can't come up with something else. So he didn't play a single Black Knight yet. So I'm not even sure if I want to play the Ancient. The other Ancient dies too easily though. Other play would be something like Senjin Keeper. Doesn't make sense. So it's one of the Ancients. Or Senjin Big Game Hunter. But all of these die so easily. I guess he would have used the Black Knight if he had it. It's 6 mana. And it also kills the Druid of the Claw and leaves behind a Yeti. Yeah, so I think I'm pretty safe. You might silence it, but then it's a 5/5, so it would be this. And it forces him to play a Keeper, which is somewhat unscary. Instead of, I don't know, up to Boom. Okay. This comes in handy. So my play of either Senjin Big Game Hunter Hero Power or Sludge Belcher Big Game Hunter. I also want to get in the 5 damage, I guess. So I don't really care about the Boombots.
I wonder.
Which also means, so if I put him down to 7 and he somehow kills this, which I doubt. He might with Ragnar's. Or with Boombots and a Lucky Swipe or something. Like Lucky Boombots and a Swipe. I still have these, yeah, it should be enough, right? I don't really care about the Boombots. Which means I want my Sludge Belcher on the board. Considering that I have 2 direct damage here, it's basically at 5, could go up to 6. I have 3 here, so if this or this survives... Well, and he doesn't play Ancient of Lore for healing, but then he can't do anything else.
I must safeguard them.
You probably should have... maybe you should. Wow, that's a lucky Boombot. That's a really lucky Boombot.
Well played. I can play.
But, well, didn't help.
Malfurion versus Malfurion.
I must protect the wild. Nature will rise against you.
I'm not sure about the Chow, to be honest. in this matchup. Kept 2 cards. So a common scenario for this is I played Chow. Well, okay. To be honest, it's better now than at some point, at some other point, I guess. It could help killing a Druid of the Claw or a Belcher or something. And if I throw it back and draw it like, well, I don't know. Yeah, that's what I thought. It's like the scenario is he coins out Wild Growth and then plays Shade, and then he has a 3/3 against my 2/3, or he just passes Wild Growth and then Senjin against this, but Senjin would at least kill other Senjin, or here. This is kind of reactive now, so given that I have 2 Wraths in my hand, I rely a lot on my top decks now. Shade. Wow, pretty much perfect top deck for me. So the Chow got 4 damage in so far. 1 hit more and at least got some value. 6. Oh. Not even efficient. Okay, so it's a kinda even board. Question is, how do I want to deal with this Belcher? This goes down to be a 3/2. Hit here. Do I even want to hit there? No, I set myself up for a pretty big swipe if I do so. Could double Wrath. Double Wrath seems fine actually. Why not? I probably would like to draw with it though. But this way it protects my Senjin.
Time waits for no one.
Let's assume he has a swipe. And I reveal this. I don't need to reveal it. If he reveals his, I should have saved the Wrath probably. How do I approach this now? My top decks have been above average so far. Let's just Druid of the Claw and Taunt. Double hit, or Shapeshift hit. Do I even hit this? He kills this for free, which I don't want to happen. If I just play Druid of the Claw, he hits, and he might have a Black Knight, but I doubt it. Shapeshift, play something for 4. Or Shapeshift Big Game Hunter? Probably not. I feel like this is like the first real key turn right now. I'm not sure which version I like the most.
Time waits for no one. What
Probably this one. And not happy with the board state for now, but seems like he has pretty good top decks too. This 4 came pretty convenient, considering that he wanted to hero power. Will this help me at all? Given his low amount of cards, probably not.
Engaging TC-130.
It threatens the Shredder. I could use some of my late game bombs. Ancients, Kalthuzad, Scenarios. Maybe Belchivas would also be okay. Oh, swipes this, that's good. Oh, he wants to get me in combo range, right? So it's kind of logical to do so. So I could swipe this and hit 2-drop. This is pretty annoying. I kinda don't want to reveal the shade, but
What?
the alternative is just playing hero power. Is this so bad? I mean, I have to get rid of this before combo, of course, but chances, well, the chances are pretty good that I can actually play something. If I just top deck an Innervate or Wild Growth though.
What?
Which I still have 3 in the deck. Chances are that I get a really good card next turn. Maybe it's something with 1 health. Of course it's not something with 1 health.
Well played. For the wild.
I wondered if I should say something about Millhouse, but it's not the same one. Yep, I couldn't have swiped and Belchard. So he kept these 2 cards for a long time and didn't play this one. So he might have something like Wrath, Wild Growth, Swipe, combo pieces. So I should be aware of the combo, of course, and it's turn 9. So I kinda have to get rid of this. Furthermore, I can protect this. Maybe his Keeper. Yeah, Keeper is also a card. But if I just do 7 to the face, it's 17. Doesn't do anything. If he plays Keeper, at least I can kill it. I didn't want to reveal it last turn because of hero power, Wrath to draw, and casualty swipe. Or swipe casualties.
I've got the beast.
Oh, it became Hunter. Wow. I actually made this work for him. Wow. 2-4 attack guy. Okay, so one was Big Game Hunter. Other one was just drawn. Black Knight. He played 1 Belcher. On the other hand, I need the board presence now. Like immediately. You probably also runs Druids of the Claw. But if I draw into a Kalthazard or a Scenarios, I want to buff this. Also, against these 2, my Belcher seems pretty alone, so... It's sad, but I guess it's okay. If he has combo, I think I die. Do I? No, Wild Growth. So the other one was Wild Growth. Didn't consider the Big Game Hunter, but I was quite worried about the situationalness of his cards. One of this is correct. Well, keeps 2 minions, I guess. Still kept this card for quite some time, so I guess it's one of the combo pieces then. Ancient of War. Getting rid of this one. I hope he didn't find a Black Knight. Otherwise it will look pretty grim. Second Belcher.
Where shall I strike?
And this one, of course. But, well. They wouldn't have played Black Knight earlier. I wouldn't have get rid of his board. It would look a lot worse for me, I guess. Drawing 2 cards, pretty nice. Keep her in another Ancient. They should definitely hit this before, in case he finds something. Then I play the Big Game Hunter, I guess. I mean, this could also be Ragnaros, and then I look somewhat silly. But if he has Savage Draw, should probably kill this then. Get rid of the bodies that he has on the board. Oh boy. Don't tell me it's Forest's Nature top deck into Savage Draw. Oh boy, it is. Okay. That's 6 and that's 14.
Well played.
Oh, wait.
I can see.
You just did the attacks differently from what I would have done. So. Confused. But